Hey y'all, what's good, what's poppin', what's happening, how y'all doing? If you're new, my name is Joy. If you're returning, you already know what it is, okay? And as y'all can see by the title, I've officially been in Florida for 6 months. It's been 7 now, but I've been meaning to do this video for a while, and it's just a 6-month life update, what's been going on, how the 6 months have been. It's been a journey, okay? It's been a journey. I wrote some notes down. So if you're new, again, my name is Joy. I am from the Bay Area. I'm from San Francisco, born and raised. San Francisco, California. And in 2021, I had moved to Atlanta, Georgia. And I had only lived there for roughly about 3 months. And it just wasn't my cup of tea. So moved back home. I went from California to Atlanta, from Atlanta back to California, and then stacked up again and moved to Florida. So let's just get right into the video. So I've already posted a 1-month update about living in Florida, and you can scroll and watch that. So this is just some things that I've noticed, things that I've figured out, found out from living here. So there's no Jack in the Box or Carl's Jr. And I know people are like, that's not important. But here's the thing, back home, like when you're lit, you know, after a lit night with your friends, your homegirls, either we get tacos or Jack in the Box. So it's like, where is it at? And then it was just surprising to me that there's no Carl's Jr., but there's Arby's here, which there's not really Arby's back home where I'm from. I moved here in August, and it was only pretty much cold in December. It started getting warm in January, like 70s. And then there's a lot of Muslim and Middle Eastern people here, and I wrote that down because that's very different for me. There's Middle Eastern people where I grew up, but there's not, like, I didn't come across as many as I do now. Let me put it in that way. So my next one is minimal culture and diversity. And I say that because back where I'm from, and I tell people all the time, like, I had met my homegirl, and she was like, wait, where are you from again? And I was like, San Francisco. She was like, there's black people there? And I was like, yes, there's black people in San Francisco. And here's the thing, like, I love where I'm from. Like, I have a different love and appreciation for where I grew up so much more now. Even when I went to Atlanta, I had a different love, like, for where I've grown up. And now living in Florida, I'm just like, I love, like, where I'm from. So with that being said, there's everybody in the Bay. Everybody. There's white people, black people, Asians. And when I say Asians, there's Vietnamese, Cambodians, Samoans, Pacific Islanders, Latin people, there's Mexicans, there's Guatemalans, there's people from Honduras, there's people literally from everywhere. And then the food, like, food wise, I can get anything I want, anything I can imagine, and I'm so food deprived. Food deprived. I haven't had a taco since November, and it's March. And if you're from the Bay, you know I'm dying. Okay, I'm dying on the inside right now. Like, anything I want, I have to make, or I have to settle for, like, I just have to settle for something that's just not as good. And so in terms of, like, diversity, like, when I've talked to people, patients that come into my job, like, there's the people that said, like, there's no diversity. And coming from somebody that lives here sounds better than coming from somebody that's a transplant like myself. Because I moved here. So, you know, who am I to say that it's not diverse? Now, granted, I don't think it's diverse at all. I don't think anywhere is as diverse as, like, I would have to say, like, the Bay, LA, New York, and maybe like Miami. I haven't been to Texas as an adult, so I can't really say, but I'm sure Texas is diverse as well, or it seems like it might be. I don't know. But there's just, but then again, it's also based off the fact of what city I live in. It's not a really big major city. It's growing, but it's not what I'm used to back home. I don't really know how to explain this, but there's like different types of white people here than what I'm used to back home. This is a small city. Like, I don't live in a really small city, but it's small compared to where I'm from and where I grew up. So it's kind of hard to compare it. Like, and the city I live in is small, so I can't say where I live because it's like just for safety purposes. And then I found out you can pay, so you pay your registration and your tags separately. In California, that's not a thing. You pay it all together. When you renew your car, you get new tags. So in here, you pay your registration and then you can pay for your tags. And so, like, my homegirl, she told me, like, oh yeah, you can pay for your tags like 2 years at a time or 3 years or whatever. I was like, what? I'm like, okay. And then she had said something else. Oh, and then they send you new license plates. California doesn't do that. You get one license plate and you're keeping it up until you decide you don't want it anymore. That's it. California's not doing that. And then, because I'm in a smaller city, there's only 3 lanes on the freeway. And then there's also like people that say freeway, that say highway, and that say interstate. And the interstate to me is different than like the freeway. But we're not gonna get into all that. Back home, there's police officers, highway patrol, and then like maybe a sheriff. But the sheriff is considered like the police, right? Well, here there's just state troops. And I was like, huh? I mean, it is what it is, okay? But those are just some things that I've noted down. I have been enjoying my experience here. I really like it. I feel like a lot of people are definitely friendly. I definitely get that southern hospitality here. I think I get it more here than I even got it in Atlanta, surprisingly, but they're both considered the South, so yeah. The first 3 months were super rocky, and nobody really tells you how hard it is moving out of state by yourself or moving out of state in general. It really took a toll on like my mental and emotional health. Not really having anybody here or nearby, and then not necessarily having the financials to be able to just fly home when I feel like it, like once a month or every other month. So yeah, I've just been trying to enjoy my time here. I try to get out, try new things, make new friends. But that's my 6-month update. I can't say how long I'll be living here, but I'm enjoying it while it lasts, and for how long I'll be here. And then I don't know, maybe I'll stay here, maybe I'll move somewhere else. I most likely will be moving somewhere else. I don't know when, but I would just have to say this city's too small for me. I need something a little more fast paced with a little bit more sense of urgency. But overall, I'm enjoying my experience and I'm glad that I moved here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and that's my 6-month update of living in Florida.